Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are staying safe. Thank you so much for your love and support. In the previous videos, I've shared my thoughts around cloud transformation and cloud strategy. I hope it gives you a high level overview of what aspects has to be taken care when you're planning to prepare a cloud strategy. In today's episode, let's discuss and understand what is cloud migration all about. Let's begin. What is cloud migration? For me, it's a process of moving all your company digital assets, services, databases, all your IT resources and applications, either partially or wholly into your cloud. Cloud migration is also about moving from one cloud to another. And please understand, it's not always not just about getting there. It's also about what you do when you get there. For instance, what are your options available for you to rebuild applications so that they can perform optimally in cloud? Or some companies, the way they understand cloud migration is making companies so powerful, because what is the application modernization all about? Every company wishing to move on from outdated and increasingly inefficiently legacy infrastructures, every company has. Maybe they have a servers which is for years together, or they are having potentially unreliable firewall appliances, or it could be from your hardware or software solutions that are now not so longer operating at optimum capacity. So every company having all these challenges now turning into the cloud to see and get an experience of the benefits of cloud computing. That's the reason why many organizations are at very least making some kind of a partial migrations to the cloud. And if you also aware, cloud migration is very critical for achieving real-time and updated performance and efficiencies. But again, I'm repeating, it requires a lot of careful analysis, planning and execution, so that you can really target and move all your workloads to the cloud, and it has to be compatible with your business requirements, isn't it? So reduction in your TCO, total cost of ownership, faster time to delivery, and if you wanted to enhance all your opportunities for your innovation, I think cloud is the best option for you. And there are certainly a lot of benefits, if you're planning to move towards cloud. One, reduction in costs, and simplify your IT end-to-end operations, and shift everything, whatever is required, you can convert into as a service model. And scalability, performance, and you can manage it very better in terms of increasing your customer expectations. And other advantage is like you can easily manage end-to-end all your resource or demands, right? In terms of your business can grow faster, or sometimes business may not be having that much workload. You can scale it out, scale it down. All those aspects you can manage it. And agility and flexibility, anyways, you can get increase when we plan to move towards cloud. So for me, define your strategy and have a proper strong business case around this. And what is the business value to be gained if I wanted to move myself as an organization to the cloud? And then do a discovery, and what to move, where to move, when to move, right? So and understand one more aspects. You have to do certain whatever the existing applications, you need to understand which applications are eligible for moving to the cloud, and see how you can transform your existing architecture and infrastructure landscapes when we are planning to move to cloud. Eventually the goal, what I'm talking about here, create an entirely new ecosystem, technology, operating model and culture, which enables you as any industry company to innovate more quickly and effectively and be disruptive. So when considering towards your cloud migration strategy, you need to understand two aspects. One, about your deployment model. Are you looking for a private cloud, public cloud, multi-cloud, or hybrid cloud? Be clear on your strategy. And the second one, in terms of your service category. Is it like, will it be a SaaS, software as a service, or a PaaS, platform as a service, or IaaS, infrastructure as a service? So be clear on these two aspects if you are planning to move towards, cloud migration. And most of companies and people are aware of the migration strategies, correct? But I just want to repeat and share my thoughts around the 5 R's. People say 6 R's, but let's understand those things. One, rehost. It's also called as a lift and shift. So fundamentally, what we did, towards this approach, you move your applications without any changes. Let's say you have a large scale legacy migrations, and you as a company looking to move quickly to meet your business objectives, and majority of these applications you are planning to do as a rehost. So that is one advantage if you wanted to move your applications without any major changes. And two, re-platform. People call it as a lift, tinker, and shift. Right. So what this strategy is all about? Make a few cloud optimizations to achieve some of the tangible benefits. You will not change the complete core architecture of your application, but you just need some of the optimizations to get a benefits. For example, let's say you wanted to reduce the amount of time you are spending on managing your end-to-end databases instances by migrating to cloud as a database as a service model. Then you can leverage existing cloud services like from Amazon or Azure or Google. For example, Amazon, you can use RDS, right, relational database service, through which you can leverage and see how you can migrate all your databases to database as a service platform. And the three, refactor or re-architect. Are you looking to migrate from a monolithic architecture to service-based or service-oriented architecture to boost a more agility and improve a business continuity? Definitely this strategy will help you to be assist in this. But let me tell you one thing, this is a bit of expensive, right? And you really need to have a proper business case towards your product market fit. And it's all about how your application is architected and developed using your cloud native features completely. Hence it's a bit expensive. The other one, for repurchase. Move all your perpetual license to your software as a service model. For example, Salesforce, Dynamics 365, or any HR system, correct? So this is very easy to manage your complete strategy. The fifth, retire. Remove applications which are not or no longer needed. As simple as that. So once you have done the complete end-to-end assessment and discovery of your data center, and asks who owns each application, and accordingly you understand from your complete IT portfolio which are not even useful, and you can go and turn it off. So these savings will help you to boost your business case, and you can reduce the number of applications you wanted to secure as well. The last one is retain. Retain sometimes we call it as a revisit. So you keep all your applications which are very critical for your business. Let's say you have your own regulatory related back office core banking platforms, right? So those things you keep it because it's very critical for your business, and it requires a lot of major refactoring before you wanted to migrate, right? So go and properly do your visit all your applications that fall under this critical approach, which is a retain strategy, and then see how you can slowly plan those applications or workloads can move into the cloud in a later point of time, right? So these are 6 common application migration strategies you should consider when you plan to migrate towards cloud. And some of the challenges from my previous experience towards your cloud migration. Not every application you can move easily. So you need to understand which do you keep and which do you rebuild. And what are your options for rebuilding applications so that you think and it can perform optimally in cloud. The other one, once you moved all your applications, what is the best way forward and who are the best people to manage them end to end? And also understand the complexity what you will face when you're planning to migrate to cloud, and understand or estimate the effort to get it done. And see how you can resolve all your underlying infrastructure and application dependencies so that you can prioritize those applications, identify what are all those necessary remedies you can take to help and reduce your time cost and risks as well. And at most, another challenge companies will face in terms of buy-in from your stakeholders across your board is very essential if you're planning to migrate at a scale. So these are some of my thoughts in terms of what challenges a company has to manage during when you plan towards a cloud migration. So now you understand what are the aspects you need to be considered for cloud migration. I have explained what is the complete end-to-end approach, benefits and different migration strategies, and what are the different challenges and an approach. Now let's understand what are some of the best practices you can consider for pre-migration, migration and post-migration. So for me, a pre-migration, definitely you have to have a proper due diligence has to be done. So identify what are your current challenges and what is the ROI which you have mentioned in your business case, and what are the performance expectations when you compare from on-premise infrastructure and when you're planning to move to cloud. Do a proper portfolio assessment in terms of what has to be included and what is there in your strategy and roadmap. So do without fail at a first place. Then, as I mentioned in the previously also, have a proper cloud operating model. So in that model, you identify your migration strategy, governance, risks, roles and responsibilities, all your architectures, reference architectures, including your COE, Center of Excellence from the cloud point of view. And then develop a different agile methodology or ways of working. Because everyone talking about reduce time to market and bring more agility within your overall process, right? So have a proper agile and DevOps practices and see which are all areas you can leverage continuous integration and deployment can be strategized. The other one, have a proper expertises in terms of your teams. So see how you can onboard some of the technical expertise within the market and assess them and bring them onto your board. And let's say you have your internal team, you have to plan it for their upskill and train them towards what cloud platform you wanted to move. Another aspect you should consider in the pre-migration in terms of your licensing and migration costs. So first understand what is the existing licenses which you are used and how much is the cost. You validate those and then check with your cloud vendor. Do they have bring your own license policies, or what is the total cost of consumption for your infrastructure when you're planning to move to cloud? Understand all those aspects in terms of costs. Then other aspects is some of the prerequisites you need to be very clear in terms of what is the rules, who are the people to be part of this end-to-end migration, or what is the cloud subscriptions, who has to have all the roles IAM point of view, right? And where you wanted to keep this as a target landing zone. All those things needs to be properly discussed and be ready, right? Other one is in terms of security. So please keep a note in mind that all your data compliance standards like GDPR, PCI, right? So all those things has to be followed without further questions, right? Ensure that the data is very much handled according to your standards, laws, or local regulatory laws as per your organization industries. Then come to migration. In the migration, what I would suggest is you start with a small, right? I know big bang will be an excellent approach for your larger portfolio or a landscape, but you keep it in a parallel. But let's understand small POC. Do a POC, a proof of concept, to understand what are all the low hanging fruits. You target them first and see how you can build them into smaller levels of goals. Then understand your design from a networking side. As I mentioned, do you clear on what is the landing zone, what is the nearest CDN, right? So all the customer requirements you understand, and scalability, availability, and performance, everything has to be considered. The other aspect very important in terms of integrations, because you're talking about applications which are by nature having a legacy, its own complexity, right? Because if you don't properly identify what are those criticality of those applications, it will take a lot of time for you to integrate when you plan move towards your cloud. So please have a proper test strategy in place. Then once you migrate, you have to have another testing exercise, right? So have all the test cases what you have done or performed in your on-premise, the similar needs to be executed in the cloud environment also. Then if you have a regression test scenarios, you keep it ready, identify what has to be tested for what applications, and do a proper regression end-to-end automated test scenarios. And other one, rollback. Let's say some of applications may not be well mingled with when we plan to migrate to cloud, right? So you need to understand, maybe it could be some of the performance issues, or some of the dependencies issues, right? So understand what is the migration rollback strategy. Do you have something in place, right? So far I've shared my thoughts around pre-migration and migration. Let's understand the post-migration, very important aspects. Some of the best practices for the post-migration monitoring, very important, because once you migrate all your applications, you need to understand how they're performing and what is the benchmark. And the second aspect is the cost. So how much is being consumed? Because people are talking about when you move to cloud, you can save a lot of costs. So ensure that you keep all your cloud costs within the budget, and have a proper dashboards, and send those dashboards on a daily basis or a periodic basis to your procurement head, so that they identify or understand how much is being consumed, and at the same time you can share this dashboard with your infrastructure heads as well. So it will give you the consolidated view to all the business stakeholders, how many instances are being running, and what is the associated cost. And then decommission your existing infrastructure, and just plan it, how do you sunset the infrastructure which is out of support, and see what are the resources you wanted to migrate from on-premise to cloud, and what connections of those virtual servers or any of the servers should be stopped, and how you wanted to decommission. Just have a smaller approach, and understand this is very important aspects in terms of decommissioning your existing infrastructure in your on-premise. And other one, you validate all your data when you successfully migrating from on-premise to cloud. So ensure that there is no loss of data during your migration or a compression, and ask your DBS to perform proper DB monitoring, and see if you can publish reports to your management, right? So these are some of the best practices you can follow from pre-migration and migration and post-migration. Just to conclude my thoughts around this, Cloud migrations can be a long, tedious journey unless you have planned, managed, and executed very carefully with your excellent team around you. Ensure you get a proper buy-in from your stakeholders and identifying what workloads needs to be migrated to cloud. And you have a lot of tools out available from various cloud service providers, and do those with the help of those tools, do a proper assessment analysis towards your migration. At the same time, keep a proper DevOps or agile methodology to align yourself and not to miss any of those challenges, or address them, and have a proper planning when you planning to move towards migrating from your on-premise to cloud. Right? I hope this helps. I've shared all my thoughts at a high level and some of the best cases when you plan to cloud migration. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for listening. Thank you.